They called me Junho, the boy from the wrong side of the Han River. My parents worked day and night just to survive. I owned nothing but books and determination. Through those books, I won a scholarship to one of Seoul's most prestigious schools. A school where the children of politicians, CEOs, and heirs walked like royalty. I thought I had escaped poverty, but I had only stepped into another kind of battlefield. That's when I saw her, Hana. Every day she came to school wearing a mask. Rumors spread like wildfire that she was scarred, contagious, cursed. She never denied it. She just sat quietly, eyes lowered, turning the pages of her books. And while everyone avoided her, I couldn't stop looking. Because in her silence, I saw myself, an outsider, a target. The bullies ruled everything. Sons and daughters of privilege. Boys and girls who never heard the word no. I was always taunted. Everywhere. Even at the cafeteria during lunch. They mocked my shoes, my uniform, my scholarship, even my parents. All because of my very humble background. And Hana? They called her a ghost. Take off your mask, they jeered. She stayed still, silent. But when they shoved me to the ground, something inside me snapped. I stood. And for the first time, Hana's eyes met mine. Behind the mask, I saw fire. The rooftop was the only place where the noise of the academy faded. Up here, the laughter, the whispers, the cruelty, they couldn't reach her. Hana sat by the ledge, mask still hiding her face, the city stretching endlessly behind her. She thought she was alone, until she heard footsteps. I stepped forward, my shoes scraping against the gravel. Hana turned sharply, startled. No one was supposed to find her here, she thought. For a long moment, we just stared at each other. No words. Just silence, and the unspoken weight of two worlds colliding. I did not mock her. I did not look away. I only said softly, "You don't have to hide from me." The words cut through her defenses, more than cruelty ever had. Her fingers trembled against the mask. Hana's breath caught. No one had spoken to her like that. Slowly, as though fighting gravity itself, her hand lifted to her mask. She hesitated. The world had only known her shame. But here, under my gaze, she wondered if maybe, just maybe, she could be seen. She didn't take her mask off, not yet. But for the first time to her, someone saw past it. And in that fragile silence, a secret was born, one only the rooftop would keep. The bullying only worsened. One afternoon they cornered me. Scholarship trash, they sneered. Does the ghost girl feed you scraps? Then they reached for her mask. That was their mistake. Because Hana wasn't just quiet. She was trained. With swift precision, she twisted an arm, dropped another with a kick, spun and sent two more crashing to the floor. The hallway that had echoed with my humiliation, now echoed with their screams. That was the day I learned. Hana wasn't just a ghost. She was something far more dangerous. And the whole school was about to find out. As she fixed her mask, something slipped from her pocket. A student ID. One of the bullies picked it up. His smirk disappeared. He started trembling. His hand was shaking, as if he was having a seizure. Her name, her family crest. Hana wasn't just anyone. She was the daughter of one of the most powerful men in Korea. They had mocked her. They had harassed her. They had attacked her, not knowing who exactly she was. And now, they realized the storm they had awakened. Fear spread like fire. They begged. They stammered excuses. But Hana said nothing. Her silence was louder than their cries. From that day, their laughter disappeared. Their power shattered. But it wasn't her father who destroyed them. It was her, the girl behind the mask. But humiliation breeds hatred. The bullies couldn't touch Hana anymore, so they came for me. One morning, the principal stormed in, waving an exam paper. He pulled it from my locker. "Scholarship boy," he hissed. "Is this how you earned your grades?" The whispers cut deeper than knives, and I heard them. I heard cheater. I heard fraud. I also heard the word trash. In a single moment, I wasn't just poor. I wasn't just an ordinary student in one of the most prestigious schools in South Korea. I was a criminal. A school inquiry was announced. My parents, humble, weary, ashamed, were summoned. They sat small in the grand room of wealth and pride. I wanted to scream that I was innocent. I wanted to tell my parents to trust me, that they could count on me. But their silence broke me. Disappointment weighed heavier than chains. And then, suddenly the doors opened, and in walked a man who silenced the entire room. Hana's father, the most powerful and influential man in Korea. Even the president of the country revered him, a man whose power reached into every corner of Korea. Even teachers bowed low. The bullies' parents turned pale. Not any of them was bold enough to look at Hana's father. He exuded so much power. You could see the fear in their eyes. They were already uncomfortable. And behind him was Hana, his daughter. She walked in, slightly behind her father, with her mask, but eyes blazing with fury. She had told him everything. And for the first time she wasn't hiding. She was ready to fight for justice, to fight for me. She stood tall. Then with steady hands removed her mask, the scar on her face evident to all in the room. The reason for her mask now glaring to all. Gasps and whispers echoed, not from horror, but from courage and boldness. It was evident she was not afraid. She was not afraid to reveal her face for all to see, and she did it all for me. He didn't cheat, Hana declared. They framed him. I saw everything that happened. If you doubt me, check the cameras. Call the police. Let them investigate to find out the truth. She had more to say. She told everyone how the other students bullied me, how they harassed me everywhere in school, in the classrooms, at the cafeteria, and during games. Her words cut through the room like thunder. The bullies shrank. Their lies crumbled. They were finally exposed to the school authorities, and to all the other students in the school. And in her voice, I heard the strength of 1,000 battles. The inquiry collapsed. The truth was undeniable. The real truth was finally revealed to all, and there was no escape for them. The bullies cowered. Their parents fumed. But it was too late. It was too late to escape. It was impossible to escape from all the atrocities they have been committing. This time around they were surely going to be punished. Hana's father turned to me. Both our faces locked on each other's. His voice was calm and commanding. One did not need to be told this was a man with power. He simply said, "My daughter trusts you. That is enough for me." And in that moment, the shame lifted. The doubts were no more. The self-condemnation was no more. For the first time I felt relieved. I felt I belonged. I felt equal to the other students. For the first time in a long while, I was happy again. They say love is unequal, that the poor bow before the rich, that masks hide more than faces. But Hana was different. She taught me otherwise. She gave me a reason to believe in myself again. She fought for me when I had nothing. She stood with me in times of need. She stood by me against oppositions. And she was even behind me when the world turned against me. And in Hana I found a strength greater than power. I found a strength greater than wealth. I was now at peace. She once asked if I could love her face. I then told her that I will always love that beautiful face, even with the scars on them, tracing the scars with my fingers. But it was not only her face I loved. It was her fire, her courage, her heart. And that definitely needed no mask. But endings are never truly endings. Every mask removed reveals another story. And perhaps, this is only the beginning. Would you like to see their story continue? Comment below. Hope you enjoyed this beautiful Unequal love story. Do continue to watch and enjoy the stories in the Unequal Love channel. You would be glad you did. In case you are yet to subscribe to the channel, please do so.